Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Radio Audio 1. So far, so good. We are sailing through this course in ways that I am so pleased and so happy with everybody. We are coming upon another assignment that is different from the past, and it's to replicate a live newscast. So it's going to be a little scary. But that's okay. We want to kind of harken back to those public relations, public speaking skills that we learned when we were first, on campus. So let's go ahead and go to Canvas. And the first thing that I want to look at would be Module 4, because that's where the newscast is. So what is going to happen with the newscast? You'll click on it, of course. And we'll get the instructions. The instructions are right here. So let me just pull those up. You're already into groups. Each person in that group will have a chance to anchor. Where do we find the group? It looks like most of you already have. So we would find the group up on the left tab under People. And click on Newscast. And you can see the groups that people have that you are assigned to. What you need to do, it has chosen leaders for this group. So these folks here, reach out to everybody in your group. And you can do that here, right here on this page. Reach out, find a time that's good for everybody. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. That is totally fine with me. But a time that you can get together via Zoom and read your news. We are going to have somebody who's going to create the Zoom meeting, and that person is responsible for pressing record, stopping it, and then submitting it to Anna and myself via Canvas. There will be an anchor. Each one of you will anchor. There will be a timekeeper. Somebody has to know, get it as close to 3 minutes as possible. And then a task manager, that person is responsible for just making sure we know who's up next, who will be the first, second, third, fourth, and then introduce that person, the anchor. So what I want you to do, go to a trusted news site. It can be Fox.News, CNN, it can be whatever. It's a trusted news site, though. Find a few stories on there. Literally copy and paste them. Copy and paste. We would never do that in a real newsroom. However, the caveat here is that we don't, MAV Radio and the Omaha News doesn't have a subscription to AP or UPI. A typical newsroom will have those subscriptions. We don't have those. These are not going on air. So I am comfortable with you going to a website, taking a look at the news, finding which news you think is important. That's part of the assignment. And copy and pasting the first few sentences of that story into your newscast. So hopefully that makes sense. You'll do that with some national news as well as some local news. So if you go to KETV or WWT or KM3, you'll find some local news that you can, again, copy and paste. Make sure it's broadcast style. So what that means is we wouldn't use Mr. or Mrs. or any sort of titles on any references. We would also write the first sentence in present tense. So those are just a few things to think about. What I want you to do is that copy you will submit online so I can take a look at the copy. But then you'll have this timed out. You're going to practice it. I'm going to show you here what a news script might look like. And I've posted this online so you can take a look at it. So what I would do is we're in our group, right? And they've introduced me, and we have the timekeeper. As soon as I say, good afternoon, I'm Jodine Brownlee with the latest headlines, that's when the timekeeper hits the timer. Fire crews continue their struggle to protect homes from a wind-whipped wildfire that trapped and killed 4 firefighters as it races through the Southern California mountains. The wildfire, the nation's deadliest in 5 years, is only considered 5% contained. The fire is being blamed on arson. Abandoning negotiations, President Joe Biden demands a make-or-break vote on health care legislation in the House. So we do that for 3 minutes. Please note, I have far more than 3 minutes worth of copy here. The other thing to note is even some of these are a little long. News stories for commercial radio. NPR is a little different, but what I'm looking for is commercial radio. They're quick, fast, to the point. 3 minutes, that's all you have. That is not a lot of time. So I'm looking for multiple short stories, stories that matter. I'm looking for placement of the story. So you're probably not going to start with, a smile contest. 5 children in Omaha won a smile contest. That could be a kicker. That could be your last story. Just like if we look down here, the kicker is where Nebraska is ranked, nationwide. Kickers are generally a lighthearted story that come at the end of a newscast. We want to leave our listeners with a more happy, more positive note. So that is what a script might look like. This is what you will do when you copy and paste from a national news site and a local news site. And then also include a nice little ending with the weather. That is also a good time stretcher. If you need a little bit more time, you can slow it down right here, talk about, the beautiful weather. If you need to go faster, you don't have to go into an entire weather story. You can just say, currently in Omaha, it's 76 degrees. I'm Jodine Newcomb. Brownlee, you're listening to mavradio.fm. So that is the news script. Once you're done with it, the timekeeper says time, 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Perfect. I'm giving you give or take 5 seconds before, 5 seconds after. Once everybody has gone through the cycle, you stop recording. That person in charge of recording Zoom stops it, processes it, renders it, and submits it to Canvas. And then Anna and I will take a look at it. If you have any more questions on this, please contact me. It is definitely different than what we've done before, but I hope it's exciting and I hope it's kind of fun for you, particularly because we'll get to meet some of our fellow classmates. The other thing to consider as well is it's also a time for discussion. So as soon as I was done, we hear the time, and then somebody might say, oh, that was a great delivery. I really liked the pieces you chose for your news. Slow down a little bit on your delivery, though you went a little fast. But, this part was good and so on. We do the sandwich method where you say a couple, compliments, some things that were done right. And then, some issues where there could be improvement. And then again, ending up where, they did, the anchor did a really nice job. Everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's probably a little nervous for this. So don't think you're the only one. Trying to think of anything else that might be a question that I could anticipate. I'm not really thinking of anything. As always, though, if you have questions, please contact me. Let me know. Also, the folks here in the newscasts, in the groups, there is a chat area. You can ask me questions there as well. That's a great time to line up and organize when y'all can meet. So until next time, I'm looking so forward to this assignment. I can't wait to hear how awesome everybody does. Talk to you later. Bye.